Hi everybody, I'm Vicky. Welcome to my channel. If you've ever only had about 20 minutes or so to get ready to go out with friends or on a date, this video is for you, so just keep watching. First, I'm going to start off with Smashbox Primer Water as a primer, and then I'm going to take a damp beauty blender and NARS Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturizer in Finland. I'm going to go ahead and dab that all over my face, and I'm using a beauty blender so that way I can get as much coverage and smoothness and a clean look out of the product as I possibly can. Next, I'm going in with MAC Mineralize Skin Finish in medium golden, and I'm applying that with a MAC 129 brush. I'm lightly going over the whole face, and then I'm stipling the product in so it attaches to itself to the foundation or tinted moisturizer and buffing it all out so it looks really natural. Next, I'm going in with MAC's Pro Longwear Blush in Eternal Sun using a Chanel blush brush. I am also tapping off any excess product, that way it's not too strong and I can always just keep building up the coverage. I'm kind of working in circular motions with the emphasis going back so that way I don't get too much product towards the front of my cheeks. Next, I'm going in with Anastasia Beverly Hills Illuminator in the color So Hollywood, which is kind of like a really nice golden highlight. And I'm using a MAC 109 brush to apply this, which is what I've been liking lately because it's a little bit softer glow than with a fan brush, but it's still something nice for every day. I'm going to put a little bit on the tip of my nose and the top of my lip just to give my face a little bit extra glow. Then I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyes, and I use the MAC Paint Pot and Soft Ochre, and I put that on both lids and make sure everything's all blended in. And then I'm going to go ahead and set that with a big fluffy brush and MAC eyeshadow in Blanc type. That way the rest of the eyeshadows that I'll be putting on don't move around and they stick to the eyeshadow and you don't get a lot of like slippage or anything like that. I'm going to go ahead and do my brows next now that I have my eyes prepped and primed. I'm just using a spoolie to comb through my brows, and then I'm going to do my kind of shortcut brow method, which is using an eyeshadow and eyeliner pencil actually. So I'm using an angled brush with the MAC eyeshadow in Burn, and I'm starting kind of towards the back and then I'm building up towards the front because you want the least amount of product towards the front, just kind of how your eyebrow naturally looks anyway, especially if yours are more full than mine to begin with. And then I just use a spoolie to kind of brush that through and make sure the product's blended. And then I use MAC eye pencil in the shade Coffee to give it a little bit of extra dimension and finish and depth to the eyebrow, and then go ahead back through this with the spoolie to give that eyebrow more shape, and back over again between that and the eyeshadow with the angled brush. Next, I'm going to top that off with Anastasia Beverly Hills Tinted Brow Gel in the shade Auburn because it ties in with my hair color. They have a couple different shades. I really like to do this because I usually have a red tint to my hair, so it helps pull that back into my eyebrow. And it helps it stay in place, which is another great thing. I also like to go over all of that with MAC's Clear Brow Gel just to set everything in place, and I like to brush up the front parts of my eyebrows because they like to go down naturally, so I like to have them up and ready to go. Okay, since I have my eyes already primed with Blanc type, I'm going to go ahead and start on the corner creases that we're going to do the main point of this look. So it's another 242 brush by MAC, and I'm dipping that into MAC eyeshadow in the shade Saddle, which is a warm medium tone brown. And as you can see, I am placing that shape just in the outer corner of my eye and wiggling it back and forth. This type of brush is called a packing brush, so it's meant to take a lot of product and also put a lot of product wherever you need it. So I'm just going to keep doing that. That shape allows it to go right in that crease and sit right in there perfectly and be exactly where you want it to be. I'm going to also go do the same exact thing that I was just doing with MAC eyeshadow in Burn. And again, just adding that extra depth and dimension. Doing a lighter color and then a darker color will also give you that depth and make it look like you took a lot longer to do this look than you probably did. And you're going to just keep doing that same wiggling motion and pushing the product in. This also helps to avoid fallout and getting, lots of product on your cheeks and product where you don't really want it. So this helps, this kind of brush, this kind of techniques help you get the eyeshadow where you want it. And then I'm going to use that big fluffy brush that I started the eyeshadow with that has Blanc type in it, which is just a creamy nude natural, and keep blending out anything that gets above the crease. And I'm actually going over everything with Plumage to add something different. Plumage is like a navy matte color, and you could probably do it with a burgundy or anything, or just leave it with the browns, and it'll look really nice. It just adds extra, something extra. And then I'm going in with a smaller 242 shape brush and Blanc type, and I'm going to start the blending process in the middle. So you want everything to blend that's in the middle of the eyelid. So I'm going to go back and forth between the larger 242 and the darker colors, and the smaller 242 and the Blanc type, just to start blending in that line in the middle of the eye, and making sure there's not a firm line of demarcation, and it kind of blends and just kind of goes into that darkness, and that gives you that cool depth and that really cool look. I'm also going to use a Sigma E56 shader brush. I'm using that in my inner corners and under my brows, my highlight, with MAC's eyeshadow in Phloof. And again, this is not something necessary, but I always like to have a little pop, and it makes your look pop even more. And then I'm also going to take that and do it right just at the center of the lid, right above where the eyelashes are. So again, it gives it an extra push and extra depth. I'm using MAC's Eye Pencil in Coffee, which is the same color I used in my eyebrows, as well as Burn. That was the same color I used in my eyebrows. And I'm lining my upper lid with them in little short strokes and just taking my time. I don't want a super thick line. I just want something, you know, just a little bit of a liner to define the eyes. And I make short strokes, that way I don't get a line that's too thick, too big, or too zigzaggy or rigid. And I'm going to take a flat, square, thin brush, dip it into Burn, and go over the top of where I just put that eyeliner and start blending it out. The point of doing eyeshadow on top of an eyeliner is it helps create softness, and it helps take away some of the edge, which sometimes you want, but other times you don't. So I decided I don't want that harsh edge. I want to blend it out a little bit more, because that's kind of the point of this look. You want it to be a little bit romantic, a little bit softer. And then I'm going to take that same brush with the same product underneath my eyes and right by the lower lash line, working from the outside to the inside into about halfway or so through the eye. Again, give it a little bit extra definition. Black can be really harsh, but a nice dark brown can be a little bit softer and just make your eyes pop even more, especially when you have colored eyes, and even brown eyes. Everything, you know, lots of things can make brown eyes pop as well. All right, next step, mascara, and I'm going to curl my lashes. I went ahead and curled my lashes. A tip for eyelash curlers is if you warm it up with your body heat. I wouldn't recommend anything more than just body heat to warm it up, but it helps the curls last a little bit longer and curl even better, just like you would a curling iron. And for lips, I'm going to go with NARS Rick Eugene Satin Lip Pencil, and then I'm going to go over the top with Prancin' Dancin' Dazzle Glass from MAC. Really pretty color that was in the Nutcracker Suite this year for the holiday collection. And then I'm going to set everything with Fix Plus spray, and there we go. I just threw my hair up in a bun and I'm ready to go. So I hope you enjoyed this really quick, super short notice date night look. Thanks for watching. Bye.